On Sunday, October 23rd, Jack Chick died at the age of 92. Jack Chick was most famous for his fundamentalist fire and brimstone mini-comics called Chick Tracts. The first ever Chick Tract was published in 1960, and Jack Chick himself felt they were terrific tools for evangelizing, presumably because they required pretty much no real interest or effort on your part. Just drop one of these suckers under a windshield wiper or on the sidewalk or in a bag of Halloween candy, and voila, you have just done God's good work. Jack Chick had some very strange views about our lives here on Earth, lives which he said would eventually be reviewed in their entirety on a big jumbotron at God's house, and that life itself is a constant power struggle against the forces of Satan. For example, Dungeons & Dragons wasn't just a game, it was the gateway game. Before you got your black belt in evil and became an evil wizard in real life. According to Chick Tracts, D&D also drove its players to kill themselves from the sheer demonic darkness of it all. Rock music was a favorite of Satan. Rock music, of course, is a ticket to hell. Harry Potter materials opened up the doorway and put untold millions of kids into hell. Jack Chick hated evolution. After all, evolution kills morals and it makes us want to be evil. Besides, the evidence for evolution is just another lie of Satan. When you and I think of New Age healers, we usually think of someone who looks like this. But not Jack Chick, who portrayed them in his comics like this, a mix between a Klan member and the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz. Jack Chick also had an obsession with witches. He charged that witchcraft was a popular teen fad, complete with satanic human sacrifices. He depicted teenagers cursing their own parents with things like a mind bondage spell. And of course, we had the dreaded witches' coven, where priests and priestesses would just get together to conduct blood magic and have orgies and listen to rock music, that kind of thing. Perhaps most prevalent in Jack Chick's materials are the incessant warnings about hellfire. Chick Tracts are not and have never been about information. They play to the basest of emotions in the most impressionable of people, warning about the loving Jesus tossing your ass into a 2,000-degree pit so you can roast there with all the other heathens who believe we evolved from monkeys. Science quotient 0. If I had to pick just one comic at the top of the batshit scale, I'd probably have to choose this classic from 1988 called The Death Cookie. In this story, Satan, who looks suspiciously like Tom Savini in From Dusk Till Dawn, uses communion wafers called death cookies to hold hostage the souls of practicing Catholics or members of the Mama Church. And this essentially jumpstarts another inquisition and results in the torturous deaths of tens of millions of human beings. Jack Chick was warning a generation about the wafer god. In some ways, it's easy to miss Jack Chick, the man who provided so many opportunities for ridicule and hilarity. In a clearer light, however, we see the misinformation, the junk science, the cult speak, the fear pimping, the targeting of children, the lies, the ugliness. A life dedicated to some of the worst ideas in a long human history of really bad ideas. And we realize that we're really not going to miss him after all.